Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from the Tilted Tank. In this episode, in a desperate attempt to salvage a shred of dignity and maybe just a hint of self-belief, we will attempt to answer the question that haunts Dota players around the world on a daily basis. Was I completely incompetent, or can I blame my teammates? And so, without further ado, let us begin.
Bingo!
Hi guys, we're going to do something a little bit different in this video today. Played a game as Gyro from the mid the other day. Early game went great, mid game went great. Around 40 minutes we were miles ahead, cruising in a winning position. And then we ended up losing the game. So the first 25 minutes or so is just highlights. It's a highlight reel of the kills and how we were flying along. And the second half of the video is where we threw. So I hope you enjoy.
What's that?
Razor and TA appear to have stopped fighting over mid. I wonder if one or other of them was a smurf who was meant to queue for a support role but just plonked themselves mid.
My bearings.
It's kind of, I had a Shadow Fiend who did exactly that on my team the other day. He was,
Repositioning.
you know, smurfs are dickheads, so they don't really care about shit like that. Fucking hate smurfs. Tilt me harder than anything else in the game.
Attack!
Well, apart from maybe a sniper destroying the entire team
Engaging.
from the other end of the lane. None of my teammates, even the ones who have jumped, being competent enough to go and kill him. So we've got some boots, so we're going to try and rotate across, maybe get a kill on Wraith King. Hopefully he doesn't have his ult yet. We'll stay back here and go from here so that mid doesn't see us rotate.
What?
Your middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it is a little bit keen because we don't yet have a stun.
What's
but
that?
hopefully we can swing it. If we come from lower down in the lane and come
What's
round in
that?
behind them, hopefully we can catch them. Catch them by surprise.
Yeah. Repositioning.
Your middle tower is under attack.
You're mumbling. I ain't old yet.
Help the boys out of it.
Wilco.
That went well.
Trajectory confirmed.
Okay, we've got an ult. Upcoming bottom.
Quit your mumbling. Firing and forgetting.
Easy.
Hey! Get going. I'm under attack!
Get my spells off there. It's bad.
Bingo!
His ult's still running. We'll fight to that.
What? I'm under attack!
Nice.
To return to the race.
Maybe we'll go on a bit of TA.
What's that? Maneuvering.
Radiant structure.
Double kill! Yes, sir! Got my bearings. Hey! I did!
Running away.
Sky's
so far, we are making the difference in this game, I feel. We're gonna keep cooking them. I mean, we need to wrap this game up. 20 minutes in, we are top-ish. They're only going to get stronger.
Yeah.
Should we fight, guys? We're all here. We have ults.
What's that? Quit your mumbling. That worked? That worked! Rocket barrage!
Apparently, I'm unstoppable, which is nice. Not that unstoppable though. I'm running away.
What? There goes nothing.
This is fucking see this fucking towers here. Fuck off.
What?
We don't have a Marcy, dude. Be careful.
Trajectory confirmed. What's that? Yes, sir. Deploying.
Gonna go and join Marcy. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to fight without Marcy when she's so strong. She's been ripping people to pieces. She's level 17. So, I know where I want to be. Following her.
Deploying. What's that? There goes nothing. Yes.
I think that was a wise place to come, was it?
Your top tower is under attack.
I'm happy with the pick-off, to be honest with you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
My bad, it was a trap. It was a bait. Fuck. I saw Wraith King top, so I presume that at least he wouldn't be around. I felt we were strong, but I suppose there was only two of us. I should have been more patient. Fucking Marcy, for some reason, 31 minutes into the game with 9 kills and 9 assists, suddenly has decided that she wants to fight to give them time to catch up. And I'm trying to push on. So yeah, I just instinctively I feel like we need to push on hard and win this game. Because you can see all the time their damage output is just ramping up, ramping up. I mean, I know ours is to some extent, but with the double life Wraith King, snipers peeping harder and harder from the back. It's just getting harder, you know? Let's go and get a pick on sniper if we can.
What's that? Yes, sir.
It's my freaking team.
Ah. Firing and
It's my bad. I thought the team would be on the same. I wanted the team to be on the same wavelength, but it's asking too much. I mean, it worked out. I know we have to push on. Keep pushing if it's safe to do so, guys. We have to wrap this game up. They're only going to get stronger. I have ult, but I don't have a team. Mark, see, why? Mark, this is what happens at Herald. Why?
yes,
Why are those two players over there? There's nothing there. No objectives.
What?
It's a dead area of the map. If you want to go somewhere and farm, that's fine. But 35 minutes into the game, we should be going somewhere to murder them. And then they went too fucking soon. Shit, to go away. Fuck off.
Triple kill.
So that, I called him across and then she TP's in here and just launches into the fight while I'm still pushing the wave. Just little things like this in this game. If I'd have been there, they'd have just waited 10 seconds. You know, or even come TP'd, come round the back, join me, and then we push the lane together. Then the enemy are fighting straight into my ult, which is very bad for them. He hasn't got an ult the way he's running. If I had to guess. He does have to. This fucking Gyrocopter is so squishy. Every fight I go into, I'm dead. Achieved nothing there. Fuck. Why am I getting murdered so quickly? Fucking sniper. Fucking 1300 damage. 800 from Razor. Fucking sniper. I hate sniper players. He's not even got that many items. The damage he's dealing is disgusting. Fuck that hero. Tilted.
Deploying.
It's like I'm sat here with 9 kills, 16 assists. I've died only 5 times.
Trajectory confirmed.
With 18 kills ahead. And yet, I feel like we're only just break even. In terms of real parity in the match. Every time I go in, I look down and I have no fucking life. And I have life, which isn't normally built.
What's that?
Until later.
Bingo.
It's just so...
Speak up!
And it's all because we've got a sniper who doesn't even have daily. All he has is a majority of bloody Christmas,
Roger!
wrecking us from the high ground
Yes, sir!
without a care in the world. Because the stupid little dwarf is too bloody strong at the moment.
Come on!
That's huge.
Under attack! All systems not.
Go high ground, guys. See, where they're not focusing me, I feel like I stand a chance. Where's the rest of the team? Why aren't the rest of the team? Oh, because Martin's not here. Why isn't my Marty here? I mean, yeah, split pushing's fine. It's not the end of the world, but if she'd have been with us, we just take the racks entirely. The whole lane's just gone. And maybe again I should have waited, but I should have. But you can't every time with these fucking these players wander off. You know, start doing their own thing. You can't every time just say, oh, I'm not going to push them. I'm not going to do anything until Marshall joins us. It's. Because they can just take a notion and wander around the map for days without hitting objectives. You see how strong we are when she's with us.
What you're mumbling?
Did have an ult? How the fuck am I only level 22? What? I'm actually the lowest level in my game. In my team.
Back from retirement! Yes, sir!
I've been dying a lot. That's what's been happening. I must have been dying a lot. I'm going in first, taking all the heat, tanking for the team. And then Lifestealer has been cleaning up. But now I'm horrifically underleveled.
What's that?
Which is not a nice feeling. And that also explains why I'm dying in split seconds. Just need to hang back a bit and get some of this next. And again, but we tanked it. We tanked it, boys. Can they clean up? Can we wrap it up, guys? 70 seconds to finish the game.
Bottom barracks have fallen.
I am going to buy that.
All patched up!
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Then I'm going to TP in here, hopefully.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Speak up!
The enemy's middle barracks have fallen.
What?
If you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. In this second part, I'm going to do a kind of Herald review of how we managed to go from a 37k gold lead and a comfortable winning position to losing this game at 68 minutes. I look at the fights that we were involved with and how, in my opinion, they went wrong and ultimately how it cost us the game. Maybe you learn something. Maybe you just have a good laugh at us poor Heralds throwing yet another game. Either way, enjoy the video. You join me at this is a few seconds before I TP'd in at the end of the sort of highlights reel. I ended up doing a bit of critique at the end of that as well. But anyway, here we are. If we just roll this on a little bit, this is fine.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
If you look at this, we are 37k up. 4 dead. Only Sniper is alive. He's currently stood in base. I think he was AFK at this point. At this point, Wraith King's called GG. That matchmaking was a joke. He's convinced that the game's over. I think that's probably what Sniper thinks as well. And so let's just roll on for a bit. So at the moment, bearing in mind I'm still dead, I've just died down in this fight here. So these racks are gone. So I say to the team, obviously, 70 seconds to win the game, guys. Go, go, go. Let's roll it on. So Lifestealer beelines for this tower, which is perfectly fine. Marcy, I can understand her not beelining because maybe she's a little bit worried about her life. She only has 888 hit points. And she's probably clocked that Sniper's alive. Although at the same time, Sniper is alive, but he's not doing anything. So you could argue that given that she's probably our biggest damage at the moment. Well, no, Lifestealer's pretty chunky as well, to be fair. We look at his itemization. He's got the Deso. So he's going to shred racks. But anyway, this is kind of nitpicky. So she takes the safe route down the bottom. That's fine. And then I actually kind of like what she does next. What she does is she goes and jumps on these creeps, maybe trying to get a bit of lifesteal, and brings the wave. So this is fine. So we just roll it on. This is perfectly okay. Sniper's now finally woken up. So he drops some shrapnel on Lifestealer. But then he starts shooting at Bounty because Bounty Hunter correctly, we'd been whinging at Bounty Hunter for the last 5 or 10 minutes to go on Sniper. Sniper has to react to Bounty. So this is actually brilliant play from Bounty. At this point, you can see I've just bought back. I looked at the game state and I thought, yeah, my team needs me to help them finish here. I think I can, it's worth a buyback to get megas and finish the game. So I buy back. And you see I've just TP'd into the triangle here. So we've slowed it down. So here they go. Racks are down. They have a little high five because they think, oh, we've done it, boys. GG's. Yeah. Here's me arriving. I start doing this. I ping the racks. I say in chat, come help me get megas, guys. No. What? 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 What in God's name are my two players doing? They have just destroyed a set of racks in 15 seconds. So there we go. It is now 49-24. And the reason why I bring your attention to these timelines is because this is really important stuff. You cannot, late game Dota, you just cannot take liberties. You cannot take chances, especially against this lineup. We've done so much hard work to get to this point. We've destroyed those racks. I've bought back. I'm heading in here. to get us megas so we can close this game out. Because I've known, you've heard me for the last 20 minutes saying and telling the team on 3 different occasions at least, and that's the ones I showed you, guys, we have to push fast. We have to finish this game. If you take the fortification time out of it, they wreck these barracks in less, from full health, never mind, from full health to 0 in 10 seconds. What was it, 24? When they took those racks down. Yeah, 24. Let's roll it. Got the replay glitch. Very annoying. Off on a tangent. There we go. 10 seconds has elapsed. By now, both these towers could be gone. They have no fort. So now here we are. 24, 34, 44, 54. A fully 30 seconds. Fully 30 seconds. I wondered. You'll actually, at the end of my little highlights reel, I actually saying, I do that overlay on the screen saying, maybe I made a mistake here. What I was thinking when I TP'd into the triangle, when I brought back and TP'd in, I was thinking, my guys are hitting these racks. If I come in here and hit these racks, by the time I finish taking these racks, my guys will have taken these towers. And then we all hit the throne. Or, better still, by the time I finish hitting these racks, my guys will have already basically finished the game. I was just kind of insurance. I thought they've got more than enough damage, and you can see they did have. They've got more than enough damage to finish this game. How long do you think it would have taken them to take those 2 towers and this ancient? 20 seconds? Maybe? 30 seconds max. So what that boils down to is 30 seconds after these racks fell, game should have been over. Now, this is perfect play by my team. I'm dead. They're doing exactly the right thing. Go do Roche. Push high ground, finish the game. 4 of them wailing away. Roche is down to 900 life. Now, for some reason known only to himself and God, Zeus decides that he needs to use his massive team fighting ult to finish Roche. Bearing in mind there's no time pressure. The enemy team are locked in their base, defending megas. Roche is very nearly dead. There's 4 of them there. Anyway, he hits his ult. Let's do some math a minute. First, I checked to see which talents he had upgraded. Then I checked his items. He's rocking the Kaya Sanj for the 12% magic amp. Plus, he has 146 intel, and you get 1% magic damage boost for every 16 intel. So he gets another 9 from that. So before reductions, he's doing 725 from his ult, 240 from Arc Lightning, 380 from 1 Nimbus Strike. That's 1,640 damage, including the 22% boost from Kaya Sanj and his intel. The enemy players all had around 40% magic resist at this point, so even after deducting for that, he's going to be doing around 1,000 damage to multiple members of the enemy team. And with Refresher, he gets to do that twice. So let's play it on. Gosh, he's got Roche. Wonderful. Did you catch it? Not only does he use his ult to kill Roche completely unnecessarily, thereby throwing away somewhere in the region of 1,000 damage, he then refreshes and uses a second ult. My man Zeus, with an absolutely flawless display of muscle memory, has just removed potentially 2,000 damage to multiple members of the enemy team at the next fight, which of course is due to happen imminently, as the whole point of doing Roche was to get Aegis and push high ground. His ultimate is now on a 100-second cooldown, and his refresher is on a 120-second cooldown. Not a problem, I hear you say. A minor inconvenience. You just have to wait for his stuff to come off cooldown. True. Very true. Let's roll the tape. Have a quick check-in on me. Still trying to figure out my my items. I need to buy. There we go. We're getting there. Sell that. Sell that. Keep that. Allow it to disassemble or reassemble or whatever the hell you have to lock and click on shit to make it reassemble. Go to the secret shop. Go the wrong way. God damn, I'm such a noob. Chugga, 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 chugga. Here we are. We've arrived. Go on. You can do it, Pete. There we go. Oh. I haven't got quite enough for Satanic. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what's happening with our illustrious teammates. And this is where the next set of horrendous mistakes occur. You'll see this all the time in low-level Dota matches. So if we look at the positioning of my team, Lifestealer, Zeus, Marcy, where are you, Marcy? I can't see Marcy. Oh, there she is. Okay, so 3 of them. Bounty's dead. I don't even know how Bounty died, incidentally. I should look at that, but this video is long enough as it is. Anyway, somehow Bounty dies with all the enemy team in the base. I'm not going to be happy until I know now. How the hell did Bounty die? While the team was doing Roche. What the hell? Why is Bounty Hunter anywhere near the base? There's the roar from Roche to say he's half dead. So Bounty's coming in with this creep wave. What does he think he's going to do? Okay, I hadn't even noticed that on my previous review, so this is a big mistake. You know, the rest of the team's here. I'm just respawning. You know that we're going to be doing Aegis and then reassaulting the high ground with Aegis, so don't do this. Bounty just needed to be with the team, ready to help us. The only excuse for this is if he's maybe trying to get a deep ward or possibly keeping the lanes pushed in, which is fine. Just push it into here. Stay at a safe distance. You're on your own, dude. So anyway, that's how he died. Fast forward this a little bit. Horror show that unveils next. So the team wanders down here, perfectly fine. Do a bit of farming. That's like this is.
Even I like a good farm.
This. Okay, this is fine. Let's give them credit. Let's say they've looked at the map. They see that Bounty's dead, but that's okay. We're not going to wait for Bounty to come back. They see that I'm up here, so they're like, I thought, okay, they're going to wait for me to get down there. They've got Aegis. They're going to wait for me to get down there. Aegis lasts for 5 minutes. You know, they have plenty of time. So while I'm cocking about trying to sort out my Satanic, they do a bit of farming. That's fine. You know, they should probably also make sure these waves are pushed in to keep the pressure on the base. Let's roll the tape. Perfectly fine, no problem, no problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on, guys? What's happening? Marcy is here. Not quite sure why she's here. Her ADHD is cutting again. Lifestealer's going in here. Zeus is following Lifestealer, and I am still nowhere in the frame. What does Lifestealer do? Well, let's start with what he should do. What he should do is stay here, ping Marcy and say, what the fuck are you doing down there? Come and join us. Or go and join Marcy. One or the other would be okay. You know, Marcy's our hard carries. Sometimes hard carries do retarded stuff, don't they? You know, sometimes you just have to follow them, like I did earlier in the game. But instead, he goes for TA. I mean, you know, maybe he sees her and thinks, oh, maybe I can get a quick pick off. He goes on TA. Zeus says, well, okay, I guess we're fighting then. He starts fighting. Marcy's now, what the fuck? What's going on? Oh, they're fighting. Shit. So she's now desperately running up here to try and join. Even if Lifestealer is only planning to try for a quick pick and then pull out again. Unfortunately, Marcy can't read his mind. She just thinks he's hard committing. So she runs up, hard commits too. As you'll see, the clip rolls on, and Lifestealer actually does indeed pick off TA and then try and back out. But as he backs out, Marcy simultaneously jumps in. So then he turns round and goes back in to help Marcy, and they both end up dying. Meanwhile, Zeus is like, fuck this, bro, I'm out. Which is also terrible. But of course, he's fucking got no bloody ult because he wasted it on Roche twice. He's got no refresher, he's got no ult. So, yeah, what's he going to do? Zeus, the mighty god of war, is hiding behind a tree. We did the math earlier. Zeus could zap the enemy heroes for 2k damage right now. Let's look at their HP. TA is dead. Wraith King has 4k. Razor 2.8k. Sniper 3k. And Werta only has 2.2k. And not one of them has buyback. With double spells, Zeus decimates 3 of the remaining 4 enemy players. Lifestealer still has full HP, plus an Aegis. Marcy is just about to pile in. Even without me, they may win the game. Right here, assuming Marcy has the presence of mind to jump on the back lines. We joked about waiting for Zeus's stuff to come back off cooldown, but at these levels, we just aren't very good at checking people's cooldown timers. So Zeus wasting his spells is catastrophic. Plus, of course, going in without me and with Bounty dead, they are trying to go high ground 3v5, which is rarely a good idea, even with Aegis. So despite actually managing to kill TA, I believe, Marcy jumps in, fails to have the presence of mind to go on the back line, which means that Werter and Sniper just stand there and kill everybody, mainly Sniper. Lifestealer burns his Aegis, and then tries to go in again. Of course, he's got no ult now either. He gets murdered by Sniper for a second time, and that's the Aegis gone. And another opportunity to end the game with it. On to the next disaster. So now we're frontal assault into the base. Roche may respawn in 4 minutes. I think it's reasonable here to go high ground. I don't know what your thoughts are in the comments, but do we? I don't think we wait another 4.5 minutes for the next Roche. Maybe we should have. But at this point in time, I still felt that we were strong enough if we all got our shit together, you know? Speaking of getting our shit together, in this clip, I'm looking at Marcy because I think that at this stage in the game, she is crucial to our chances, or critical to our chances of still winning this game, as you'll see. So let's take a look at Marcy and discuss what she did and what we think she should have done. So launching into this fight, she has Satanic. She's popped her BKB. She's actually used Rebound. I think this was probably a mistake. The way I think of it, when you're going into these big fights at the end of a game, you have to have a priority in your mind as to who you're going for. And if I'm a Marcy, I'm thinking, I can kill Sniper real quick. It's my job to kill him. How do I get to Sniper? How do I close the distance? I need to save my rebound. Don't use your rebound. Sniper isn't in range yet, so she elects to rebound. She tries to rebound. I think she tries to rebound onto Muerta. Or maybe she's trying to get across the Sniper. See, at this point, if she's switched on, she's halfway to Sniper. And bearing in mind that Muerta drops a load of shit in this fight very, very shortly with her silencers and stuff, if I'm Marcy, I'm like, yeah, I'll take the Sniper. Because bearing in mind she's just been shredded in the last fight. The whole team's been shredded by him. And we've been talking about killing this guy first and foremost. And I've said in chat, and so has Lifestealer said it as well. Said, guys, you have to kill Bounty. Marcy, can you kill Sniper? So if she just goes and kills Sniper now, different game. But instead, she turns around and walks straight back in. To the melee. The melee. Very short, she gets silenced. There you go. She's walked straight back into the Muerta. Alt. Now she's silent. She can't do anything. And it's an absolute shitstorm all over again. And meanwhile, Sniper is just standing off to the side, destroying. He's got his Daedalus now. And so, yeah, Sniper, again, destroys us. So now, another huge opportunity passes us by here. So they actually try and come on our base. They make a mistake. And I call it in chat. Talking to my team, and I say, stay too long, guys. We can kill them here in the game. Sure enough, bang, bang, bang. We kill them all. And I say, we've got them, guys. So off we march down with. 5 of us alive. High fives going around. Beautiful. We did it. Or did we? Only Muerta and TA alive. No idea. Honestly. Although this does bring up a question, which I did ask myself when I was analysing this. If we charge into the base now, we're working on the assumption that these 3 don't have buybacks. We have 60 seconds to finish the game, right? It's an easy finish. But what if we do what Marcy's doing and bring the creeps in? Now, granted, our creeps have got some way to go from here. Let's say we're a bit patient. Let's say we wait 10 seconds. This creep wave is coming in here as well. And I think I might be right in saying Bounty actually goes to this creep wave. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he went this way. He kind of did neither one or... Does he kill these creeps? Okay, yeah. So, at this point, Marcy's brought the creeps in. These creeps are nearly here, but they've still got to whale their way through this little defensive force. So maybe if one of us had been here and got rid of these creeps quicker, the next fight might have been different. Because I was doing the math. I like math. Ish. These creeps do 100 damage each. Run to units. They do approximately 100 damage. Don't they? Yeah, 100 damage-ish. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a wave. 8 in that wave. 7 in that wave. So if we bring these creeps with us, instead of going ahead of them, like we do here in our anxiety to finish the game, at this point, the enemy are not only having to fight us, they're also having to fight 23 other creeps, all hitting for 100 a pop. And I believe their attack speed is approximately once a second. Yeah, once a second. So in 1 second, 24 creeps is going to do 2,400 damage before reductions. Imagine if there's 24 creeps all heading for this ancient. And these guys are desperately trying to draw creeps away draw them into the racks, shoot them, stop them hitting the ancient, and fight us at the same time. This could have been another huge mistake. What caught us out here as well is the fact that Sniper had a buyback. I couldn't believe he had a buyback after everything that had gone before. So once again, the Sniper factor. So here we go. What should have been an easy cleanup. I mean, you can see the creeps coming now. But Sniper at this point is just doing so much damage. But again, and this is why I'm not sure that Marcy did the right thing bringing the creep wave in. If she'd have been with us here, hitting the ancient, as Sniper steps out from the base, now she can rebound. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Kill Sniper in a few hits. Double back. Fight these guys. Keep them occupied. While myself and Lifestealer I mean, I'm focused on the ancient at this point, I'd imagine. Oh, I remember now. So I tried to kite out. I got Muerta laid this awesome silence down on us. I tried to kite out to the right to get out of the silence, so my spells would come back off cooldown, because they're all available, you see, because I've literally only just walked up to the ancient. My plan was to walk up here, start hitting the ancient, finish game, then Muerta drops this awesome ult. Now they start firing at us. I'm thinking, shit, they're still fighting. I'm going to peel out to the side here and then try and come back in and fight. This could have been a mistake. Maybe I should have walked in here and just carried on hitting the ancient. Not sure on that one. Anyway, I peel out to the side. The silence dissipates. Lifestealer's already dead. Just been absolutely eviscerated. Sniper's retreated back into base because Zeus dropped a good Nimbus. I kite out of this silence. My spells come off cooldown, I believe. They're off cooldown now. So I should be laying an ult in here. I think I cocked up here. I think I failed to get my ult off. Yeah. I walked straight back into that bloody silence again, having got rid of the damn thing. And then I failed to hit my satanic. I've silenced myself. I can't ult. I can't do anything. And I die. I did the right thing, peeling out, and then I just walked back in again instead of dropping an ult, getting all my other stuff running, flat cannon, rocket barrage, then walking in and fighting. So that was a huge mistake by me, because we did the same to Zeus. Let's do the same to us. Cooldown, damage, 600 missile damage, and that could strike 3 times and then again for 50% less damage. So that's 900 damage less 40%, which is around 540 damage, assuming I hit them. Muerta hasn't got a BKB at this point. I think she's used it and it's timed out. So yeah, huge mistake by me. Didn't use my abilities. And then, in the worst possible way, there's nothing worse, guys, than dying in a fight and not getting your abilities off. And that's exactly what happened. Now, again, it still wouldn't necessarily have made a difference, because we still have this goddamn sniper peeping from the base. At this stage in the game, it doesn't really matter what we do. If we don't kill sniper, we just can't win the game. This is why it's so critical that Marcy jumped on him when she had the chance. So the Megas actually do quite a bit of work, and the Ancient drops down to about 1200 life. I think Life Stealer bought back at this point. Yeah, he burnt his buyback, which I think was possibly a mistake because he hasn't got boots. So I don't think he was ever going to get here in time. So it was always going to be him versus 3 of them. Because he doesn't have a BKB either. I suppose he's got a built-in BKB. So he could have 7 seconds. Maybe if he runs into the side here, jumps in a creep, and pegs it down the lane. I remember this as well. Like, should he have hit the Ancient? How much damage does he do to an Ancient? What's the armor on this thing? Reinforced. Bonus damage. Take less attack damage. Hero attack damage, so take 50% less damage. $230, $330, $380, $480, $530, about $540 before reductions. I think he has to hit this Ancient. I think he has to hit this Ancient 4 or 5 times. His attack speed is, yeah, twice a second. That's, even if we say 400 damage a second, 3 seconds, 4 seconds of hitting this Ancient, and it's GG, because he's got this running. This is a 7 second at max level. Oh man, I hadn't noticed this when I was doing the review either myself. He probably still has another 5 seconds of BKB. So for 5 seconds, they cannot stop him from hitting this Ancient. And instead, for some god-awful reason, he goes for Muerta. Of course, we still have Zeus here, who's in decent shape, who could also hit the bloody Ancient. I mean, he's not the best right clicker in the world, but at this stage of the game, he's probably 200 damage. Okay, every little helps, boys. Every little helps. Maybe if he's closer, does he have a Nimbus? No, 22 seconds on that. He has an ult in 15. I think Lifestealer just hits the Ancient and wins the game. But instead, he decides to go on Muerta because he's got the Ags. So he jumps inside Muerta. No idea why he jumps inside Muerta. Because it achieves nothing. I mean, yes, it keeps him alive. But other than that, it does nothing else. And if Muerta doesn't like, Muerta could think to herself, I'm not sure about having a life stealer up my arse. I'm going to walk into my fountain. At which point, what does he do? What does he do? He can't stay inside her. He runs out of time and gets spat out into the middle of the enemy fountain. So I think this was a panic move. He was just getting massacred by a sniper again. So he just jumped into the nearest thing that he could jump into. I mean, wouldn't anybody with sniper at this stage of a game tearing holes in you? So yeah, he jumps into Werta for a while, jumps out, and then runs away. All the time, sniper's shooting him. Let's see how long it takes him to die. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there was probably a couple of seconds before when he jumped out of Muerta. So I think he has fully 6 or 7 seconds of life, even if Sniper's shooting him. So if he just comes up here, hits his inbuilt BKB, and then hits the throne, yeah, I think it's GG. So anyway, he's burnt his buyback. He dies. Bounty Hunter has bought back. Where is our Bounty Hunter? Bounty Hunter is here. Again, like, what is this guy doing? He's just bought back. Why are you bringing a creep wave in at the bottom? Beeline it and hit the Ancient, bro. I don't think at this point it would have helped, but who knows? Maybe if he beelines it, comes straight down mid, in other words. Right? Now again, Sniper has to make a decision. Do I shoot creeps? Or do I shoot Bounty Hunter? Or do I shoot Zeus? Or do I shoot Lifestealer? In fact, if he TPs, he's got boots, if he TPs in with those creeps coming down mid, he arrives at the Ancient round about the same time as Lifestealer, give or take. That makes it even harder for the enemy heroes to decide who to shoot at. Oh well, another opportunity where we could have possibly won the game, and we failed. Nothing of much consequence happened since the last fight. We were waiting for Lifestealer to respawn. This is the next team fight where anything interesting happened. We've all TP'd into the triangle. Bounty Hunter has continued his fixation with bottom lane and TP'd in here, I believe, with his boots. Not quite sure why he didn't TP with us, but it is what it is. So now let's roll the video and see what happens. Here he comes. Okay, first mistake. He goes too close to the base. And Sniper starts peeping him. Roll it on. Bang, 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 bang. Sniper things. So if we stop the video at this point in time, Bounty's now down to 1500 life. He's basically dead as far as this fight goes. He's going to run away. So now it's a 4v5. Razor does have an ult running, but it's a 30-second ult. He's only just started it. I don't think we really want to wait 30 seconds before we fight, because by that time, the whole situation could have changed. They're a bit of out position. They're a bit out of position. They've come down off their high ground. We're all here. Bounty Hunters kind of drawing their attention a little bit. So I think this is perfectly okay to engage here. So then the question becomes, how do we engage? And what should have happened, and I've been saying it all game, Marcy, jump off one of these creeps, jump on Sniper, and kill him. Instead, she decides to go on Razor. So now, Bounty's already dead. He's running away, but he's still dead. She now decides to jump off Bounty and attack Razor, which puts her way out of position in terms of being able to affect the rest of the fight in any way, shape, or form. Let's roll the tape. So in actual fact, we do okay. Marcy jumps on Razor. Lifestealer beelines towards... we don't actually do all right. So it looks like... I'm guessing that he... No, it wasn't him. Okay, so I fire a homing missile to try and stun Sniper. I want to get on Sniper. I know that Sniper needs to die. Marcy's gone the wrong way again. So I fire this at Sniper in the hope that we get a good stun, and then I don't know what Lifestealer's going to do, but I'm going to go on Sniper. That's my plan. Unfortunately, his Lincoln triggers. So That's a shame, but we should still go on sniper. Let's see what I do. So at this point, Zeus does manage to get all his stuff off, which is wonderful. I peel off my Lincolns. I broke Sniper's Lincolns, but I think then Sniper goes invis. So at this point, I don't think we have vision, although we will get vision from Zeus's ult as it fires, won't we? So maybe I'll lose sight of Sniper. I think that's the only reason why I would have peeled off in this direction. So I've actually fired off cooldown. Where did I put that? Okay. So I go to Sniper. I try and stun him. Lincoln's breaks. I don't want to get jumped on by everybody because I'm thinking I need to get my spells off. So I peel off this way. I drop a cooldown. And then I'm going to reinitiate. So at this point, unfortunately, Lifestealer has already been shredded by Muerta and Sniper, and Wraith King's there as well, wailing away. So I think this fight is already basically over. Again, it comes down to target selection. If Marcy ignores Razor completely, and instead, I mean, yeah, Razor's nearly dead, but cares about Razor? He's a pain in the arse at this stage of the game, not much more. Look how far she is out of position. Especially with Razor's ult running. If he's running away, don't jump on Razor. His ult's nasty. At this stage of the game, it's not terrible, but just ignore him completely and go for Sniper and Werter on the back lines. But it doesn't happen. Roll it on. So now Marcy's still chasing Razor around in circles. Lifestealer is dead. I still have full health. Bounty's obviously dead. Zeus is stood at the back because that's where Zeus is stand. He's not going to be anywhere near the fight. I don't even know where Zeus is standing, actually. Where's Zeus standing? Oh. Okay. Because so Zeus is just like, fuck it. I've got global abilities. I'm not even going to bother with right clicks or any of my other spells. I'm just going to come in here and do a bit of split pushing at the critical phase of the game. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a mistake too, I would imagine. He has quite a lot of damage with some of his spells. Not least the one that jumps to 15 targets in a radius and does 240 damage per hit on a 1.2 second cooldown. Bounty's dead. Marcy's chasing Razor around in circles. Lifestealer's dead. I've dropped a good ult at this point, although it's not that good because they've fired their BKBs. I presume I come in. Yeah, so I'm still desperately trying to get onto Sniper on the back here because I know he's priority target number one. It's not my job really, but I'm trying as I lumber my way in my ancient biplane towards him. I presume at this point I'll probably get stunned or something. Let's see. I just get obliterated. The knockback from Sniper. Wraith King's wailing away. I just can't get there. I try. I just cannot get there. I've used everything bar this. But I notice I failed to use my Satanic. I'm not sure whether that would have made a difference, even if I used Satanic. I mean, possibly I get back enough life to kill Sniper. Then I still have to worry about Muerta and Wraith King. But maybe by that time, Marcy's finished chasing Razor around and comes to join me. Is this another horrific error? Do we win the game? At this point, I kind of feel likely not. Because they just have so much damage. I think my Satanic wears off and then I still get wrecked. But it's still a question that has to be asked. got to get better at using these actives. Another fight down the tubes. Sniper Rectus again. Bad positioning. Marcy goes one way. We go the other. Zeus isn't even in the same game. Bounty dies essentially in the first 3 seconds. Just an absolute catastrophe. So this is the last meaningful fight of the game. We have actually managed to get an Aegis, and we are once again marching down the lane trying to win this game. We have decent formation here, but unfortunately you can immediately spot what's wrong with this picture. As Lifesteal comes up these steps, Marcy has gone off on a tangent. I'm just going to take about 10 seconds. Here we come. This is classic late game Dota. Everything happens so fast. People die so quickly, you actually have to play it on 0.5 times speed, half speed, so you can actually see what goes on. But we can see here, Marcy goes off on a tangent instead of being right on Lifestealer's shoulder. What possibly we should have done is I should be here. Marcy should be behind me. Lifestealer should be inside me. And then Marcy rebounds off me and jumps on Sniper and kills him. That's probably plan number 1, which would require a lot of coordination and people understanding each other's languages, etc., etc., etc. So it's quite a big ask. Second best scenario is Marcy's right behind Lifestealer. She rebounds and kills Sniper. That doesn't require any coordination. It just requires Marcy to be in the right place at the right time. But anyway, what happens is she goes off on a tangent. So she's once again nowhere near the fight, not doing anything. Lifestealer, I think, makes a huge mistake here. What if he climbs inside one of these creeps? And the creeps march up these steps. And Sniper starts shooting the creeps. Or maybe I spot what he's doing and come alongside and show here, and Sniper starts shooting me. Meanwhile, these creeps, unbeknownst to Sniper, he might even notice there's a Lifestealer inside one. Come up here, get within range. Lifestealer bursts out, kills Sniper. I think that's actually a viable possibility. But instead, Lifestealer just marches up the steps, bold as brass, and then very quickly turns around and marches down the steps, which I think is mistake number 2. What if at this point he jumps inside one of these creeps so he doesn't get shot anymore by Sniper? At the moment, he still has most of his life. And then comes in with the creeps, and then he has another chance, maybe. Plus he gets a bit of healing. So by the time Sniper kills creep number 1, creep number 2, creep number 3, because it would be very difficult for Sniper to target just that creep at the back of this line. So I think he just starts shooting at the front. So by the time Sniper kills these 3, Lifestealer's back to full life. The creep's got to about here. Lifestealer can burst out and maybe kill Sniper. But we will roll it on. I mean, look how close these creeps actually get to Sniper here. If Lifestealer's in one of these. Again, it comes down to, if you kill Sniper, I think we still win this game. We're all alive. He has an Aegis. I have a cheese. But instead, he ran away. He now has 1,600 hit points. He's way out of position. To get back into position, he's got to go through another hail of bullets. It's just a lose-lose scenario. So we'll roll it on. Now they're all reacting, because initially they were over here. Marcy is still not affecting anything. Lifestealer is back here, trying to stem the bleeding. So I think, well, I guess it's my turn now. So I march up the steps. I make a mistake here, because at this point I should have dropped my ult and one of these and have this going and have this going. Roll it on. Now it's too late. Mwert has dropped another amazing silence. Now I can't get anything off. Now I'm a sitting duck. Bang, 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 bang. I'm dead. Now, bearing in mind this is half speed, so I can be harsh on myself and I could say, you didn't use the cheese, Pete. I can be harsh on lifesteal. Like, oh, you should have jumped in a creep. But the reality of it is, if I roll this back 10 seconds, to where it starts, and then put this at normal speed, here's me. Oh, I'm already silenced. Let's go back again. Lifestealer comes up, turns around, I come up, silenced. What's that? 1 second? 2 seconds? I mean, that's really not much time to react and press buttons and do things when you're walking into that level of damage. That's the problem. So I'm silenced, and then I suppose I survived 4 seconds. This is terrible. I should have used the cheese. There's nothing else I can use. Well, I can fire my satanic, which I failed to do again. Although it's questionable as to whether I'm close enough to actually hit anybody at this point. Even if I wanted to. Their ranged heroes are still back here. Marcy's now finally engaged on the wrong target. Wraith King is sort of coming into range, but probably not in range yet. I'm still trying to hit Sniper, who's also not in range yet. So I can't lifesteal if I'm not damaging anybody. Yeah, you see, Wraith King hasn't been touched. And the only thing that's hit Sniper is Zeus's Nimbus. So yeah, in the space of 5 seconds from the time I step up to this high ground, I'm dead. If I get cheese off, does it make a difference? Nope, because I'm still dead 3 seconds later. I'm not any closer, because without BKB, which I hadn't found the time to build, I'm still getting knocked for 6, just backwards all the time. I can't get close enough to anybody to do anything with this silence. And so the fight ends. I get obliterated. Lifestealer's marched in at this point. Respawns, but I'm dead. He's dead a second time. Bounty Hunter's running away. He's the only one left alive. And then straight after this, I think they reform and just march up mid, finish the game. So while this game winds down to its inevitable conclusion, we'll do a quick autopsy. What could we have done? Is there anything I think I could personally have done? We know there's plenty of things we as a team could have done differently. Maybe had I bought a blink, could I have closed the distance on Sniper? I don't think it would have helped. Unless I'd got enough farm to buy an Abyssal. And then, of course, all bets are off. Most likely thing to have helped us would have been lots of blade mails.
Of course, then it requires the team to coordinate to fire them sort of at the right times. Because what tends to happen if everyone buys blade mails, then everyone gets into a fight. They all hit their blade mails, so nothing happens for 5 seconds, or sniper just starts shooting and then stops shooting. Everyone else carries on shooting anyway, and then after the 5 seconds has elapsed, the result is the same. Once you get into late game Dota, blade mails don't tend to make the difference. They merely delay the inevitable. But we'll never know because we didn't buy them. I normally do build blade mail into snipers and wurters and players like that, wind rangers. I guess it was just a weird game. At 40 minutes, it seemed like we were sort of done and dusted, and it was GG's. And then the next 20 minutes or so was just spent fighting and dying. And I never really took the time to farm up a blade mail or a BKB. I was trying for the BKB, actually. That's what I was building at the end. We didn't quite get there because that would have made a difference, perhaps, potentially. So I don't know whether blade mails would have made a difference. Maybe if Lifestealer had built Blink, he could have closed the distance. I do think Blink is kind of important on a Lifestealer. Unless you're very good at using creeps and things to get into range. Or if you have a player like Marcy, who is brave enough to initiate, then Lifestealer can climb inside her and then he shouldn't need a Blink Dagger. But as we saw, Marcy she was brave, but she didn't initiate on the right target. So even had Lifestealer been inside her, it would have been, if you look at that fight near the end, where she decided to go on Razor. In that case, if Lifestealer is inside her, it ends up with 2 of them fighting Razor, and even less damage being directed in Sniper's direction. So, yeah, it was just one of them games, I think. But you can't win them all, guys. You can't win them all. I think ultimately Marcy was the key to the game. It was a relatively straightforward win if she had done the right things. I think I played decently from mid. I got us a good start. I rotated. I got side lane kills. I got us the team got ourselves into a winning position at 35 minutes. And then we just let it slip away with some bad decisions. But the good thing about Dota is that you can always play another game. And you soon forget about the ones you lose, even when they're 68 minutes long and you have mega creeps. But before we go, I was quite harsh on Marcy throughout the review, because I do legitimately think that she was the key to winning the game. And she cost us the game by not making good decisions. But because I'm not a Marcy player, I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing her a disservice by expecting too much of her. So I took myself into the demo lobby and I did a few tests, and here they are. First of all, we'll check to see that she can actually jump on Sniper. Let's do that again. Yeah. So we can see from that the distance she can cover, if I'm stood here in the middle of a fight, soaking bullets, as I was a lot of times, or indeed a Lifestealer, Marcy's bringing up the rear. We need her to jump on me, fire this, jump on me, and then it's hard to do, isn't it? Let's do that again. Yeah, there you go. So she could definitely have got on Sniper. And then the other thing I'd like to just check is, had she got on Sniper, would she have been able to kill him? So we're going to start Sniper shooting at Marcy, and then we're going to attempt to fire her BKB, and we'll just use her Unleash. I know she's got, we'll get our armlet running. I know she's got Satanic as well, and an Abyssal, but I can't press all these buttons in time. So let's just quickly check this. So we start shooting, select her, fire this, jump on this. Yeah, So we can see very easily that if she had done what I think she should have done all game and jumped on Sniper, she would have murdered him in no time at all. And the game would have been over about 40 minutes. So, we asked the question at the beginning of this review. Was I completely incompetent, or can I blame my teammates? Well, on this occasion, although I was somewhat incompetent at times, I think I can actually say, with a reasonable degree of certainty, that I can actually blame my teammates. And so, on this bombshell, I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.